Ladies and gentlemen, it's time for us to hang out with a big name. This lady right here, she's never dropped an album that has missed. She's never dropped a single that has never been playlisted. She's easily one of the talents that you can never miss when you talk about R&B and just popular culture and music right here in South Africa. The crazy thing is that she grew up listening to a whole lot of old school music,
Oh yes. Oh yes.
TKZ, and then she met this artist that really made us all fall in love with R&B music. That is Tamia. If you haven't figured out who I'm talking about, it's the one and only Shekhinah. How you doing, boo?
Hi y'all. That's all correct. Sure. TKZ, Tamia, Aaliyah, Britney Spears, all the faves.
How you holding up though during this crazy moment in our lives?
Good. I'm actually in Durban right now. I'm at home with my fam. I'm cooking dinner for everyone. I woke up this morning at 5 to get groceries at 5:30. I stood on the line and I ended up standing there till 9. I stood till 9, but we got groceries. So I'm just praying for everyone in Durban. I know I'm leaving, but I'm glad I got to be here for some of it. Yeah, it's a bit tough this side, but we good. We good. Okay. We stay up.
Which side of Durban you at right now?
I'm in Glenwood.
Glenwood? And some of the things you've been hearing, because we've been seeing the images around what's happening out in Phoenix. And just in several parts of Durban. I saw several artists, cleaning, restoring Durban.
I think what I'm trying to do from my end is just provide as much information as I can to people, and just to be available to help. I know my family's stocked up a lot, so we're trying to give the neighbors whatever we can. But other than that, I'm just a positive person, Sabby. Like, I think we'll be good. I think we'll be good.
Isn't it crazy? It's like you predicted this with the title of your album, There's Trouble in Paradise.
Right? That's my chat. And that is what the title is about, is that, like, I don't know if it's because I'm older or because I see things for what they are, but like, South Africa is not this paradise it used to be anymore, Yeah. Onto happier things.
Happier things, because I was looking at the track list of your album. I'm looking at what's happening right now, and you mentioned that you're in Durban. I'm like, we're definitely going through a crazy time in our life. It really does feel like things are not safe. It's miserable. I'm asking myself so many questions as to what do I need to do.
You're doing amazing.
Things are falling apart. I'm trying to pick myself up, but I don't want to come across as if I'm insecure. But I still believe that there's diamonds that will do us right in this country. And
Sabby, come on.
Hopefully when the sun comes up, we'll be able to enjoy wedding songs. Because from where I'm at the present moment, I love it here. But at the same time, I'm scared. But what I see is beautiful. Ladies and gentlemen, if you don't understand what I've just done, those are all Shekhinah songs.
Oh! That was epic, Sabby. Epic. Is this the new Metro vibes giving you?
No!
Is Metro giving you the vibes or what? When have you been so poetic?
It's always been there. It's always been there. I look at these songs and you've always been that artist. You can articulate yourself through pain, through happiness, through several moments in your life. And when you look at how people have been able to accept this project into their homes, what has been some of your favorite moments after releasing this album?
Honestly speaking, making this album was hell. Like, it was hell. It was hell because I had all this like imposter syndrome. I'm like, it's not going to be good. No one's going to like it. I don't like it. I don't like myself. I'm miserable. I had all these emotions. And like, the one thing that I said was like, I'm either going to finish it or I'm going to come home and I'm going to give up. And I was like, okay, cool. Let me just finish it. And I ended up finishing it, handing it in, and just like expecting the worst. And I think the day it dropped, like, I couldn't believe how many people loved the album, had listened to the album, were talking about the album, had favorite songs already. And I'm just grateful, like, that we carried on and we didn't give up, because sometimes it just things look so bad that you really want to give up. And I think my favorite part was just like everyone loving the album when I expected it to not be great. Yeah. So it was really good. I don't know if I'm rambling, Sabby, but it was really good. Like I'm still starstruck at how people enjoyed the job.
Mm. You know, one thing that I love about you is something that I'm always a big fan of advocating, is that it's fine for artists to disappear. It's fine for artists to pull themselves away from the mess and the noise. Call it a hiatus, whatever you want to call it, but the amount of gems that it brings out in the music, it tells stories that we were not experiencing at that time. And I think that's what you did with this album. You know, you were able to come through with a totally different abstract, the reflection of heartbreak and its coping mechanisms, you know, but at the same time you remained colorful. How did you do that?
At the same time, it was beautiful.
Yes.
Because there's so much beauty. Why am I enjoying this interview so much? At the same time, there's so much beauty in, like, you know how they say God is with you in the storms, he is with you in the fire, he is with you in the depths of the seas. And like sometimes in the worst times, like you look around and you're like, oh snap, like this is still beautiful how everything is happening. Like you need a place. I was just all over and things were still beautiful at the same time, and I couldn't believe the contrast of how bad things were yet how beautiful they were. And I think it's similarly to like what's happening in this city. It's like things are so bad, but in the same time, like the community is mobilizing and like doing what they need to do for the people. And like my dad will leave home in the evening to go neighborhood watch, and it's just like, you know, there's so much beauty in the ashes, I guess. And I think that came across a lot in the production and the melody. I know we changed the production, we tweaked the production over and over again. But it just got lighter and lighter and lighter and lighter. And it all started off very dark. Like the production was dark, the lyrics were darker than they are now. And then somehow like we just found the beauty in it. So thank you for recognizing that.
I did. And the way you write music, it always seems like we're reading through your diary notes.
Yeah.
There's never a moment where I can say what she gave us on Rose Gold is something that I can pick up on this album. You know, there's a signature sound to it, but there was also growth on this album. You know, are there moments or sounds in this album when you were putting it together, you're like, I hope they're going to understand why I had to cook it up like this? Is there any song that was outside of your normality as to how you approach your music?
Yes, definitely. It was Insecure. Insecure, I just was like, there was something so special about the song, but I didn't understand like if people would get it or vibe with the song. So we put like a bit of the track at the end of the short film, the Fixate short film. We ended it off with Insecure. And then nobody spoke about it. And I was like, oh shit, it went over everyone's head. And I was like, fuck, no one heard the song, excuse my language. And then I dropped the project, and I swear, Sabby, I look every week, every Friday, and Insecure is like one of the top streamed songs off the project. And I feel like that's just testimony to like people vibing with new stuff and you not having to like spoon feed your audience and like give them what you expect them to want to hear. So that was really interesting for me. I thought people would not resonate with Insecure the most. It's got like a 2001 vibe to it. And I was like, that's so awkward. But somehow it's like one of the most streamed songs on the project so far. So yeah, there's lots of them like that I was like, okay, this is weird. But Insecure definitely is a standout for me.
I'm a big fan of how you always approach features also. You know, at this level in your career, you can get anyone, you know, but every time you have a feature, it makes sense. And when I listened to Pick Up, for example, Una Rams, I was like, oh my gosh, she can be vulnerable. She can let her walls down. Here she is using words and references and she thinks we don't get it. and the role that Una Rams plays on on the song. Was it scary to share some of these emotions?
Yeah, definitely. Like it was horrible, first of all, because I don't know. I think I like to present like a powerful image of the woman in this country, and like a very like overcoming everything and not succumbing to things, and standing in your power. But I felt like Pickup was a very vulnerable song. I did call my exes, all of them. It's not about one particular ex. I did call my exes a million,
All of
a million times, and I'm like, I'm a mess. I'm sorry. Pick up my calls, and I wanted to know, I guess I wanted people to know that side of me, that like, as much as I'm so accepted in society and I'm so loved by people, I'm also rejected in the same time. I also get rejection and go through rejection. And I would be lying if I didn't express that to my audience, that I know what rejection feels like. So Pickup is about rejection, and I don't like rejection, but I had to speak about it.
Before I let you go, Shekhinah, after listening to this album, Trouble in Paradise, you use glasses as a metaphor for tears, for example. You curate music that helps us through these dark times, make us understand why fatty food does make sense when you're going through a heartbreak.
Yes, you get the food reference.
We as much as we don't talk about it, but sometimes you do need to smoke a few herbs to welcome the destruction. There's a few things I can go on and on and on that make sense about this album. But are you happy now?
So much happy. So much happier. Excuse my English. So much happier, so much healthier, not like comfort eating anymore, which is so great to be out of that space. Not chain smoking anymore. So good to be out of that space. Not drinking bottles of wine anymore. So good to be out of that space. And these are all things that are like, I know Red Table spoke about this recently, considered like normal coping mechanisms, like having a glass of wine or ordering takeaway. But it got to the point where like those were, I was having like steers every day, and like I was having wine every day, and it's just so much better to not be there, to be on my vegan tip, and to just be chilled, and to be able to come home and play with my dogs and see my family, and then only go back to Joburg when I have work, because sometimes we need to distract ourselves from the noise. But I'm feeling better. I've spent 9 months like out of Joburg, and I'm restoring paradise, and things will soon be rose gold again.
Love it. The reason why I love these conversations and these chats, without using the traditional formal route of interviews, is just to remind people that you're human at the end of the day. These songs are moments in your life, and these are timestamps to certain things that we might not be privy to in your life. But 10 years from now, we'll go into your album and we'll talk about these moments. And it's beautiful to watch, and it's beautiful to hear that you are happy.
Thank you. Are you happy, Sabby? So
I'm
nice
happy.
to be speaking to you on this platform.
I'm happy. I'm not in spaces that feel toxic. I'm not in spaces that feel like I need to overdo certain things. I don't have to prove myself. I'm just doing.
Yeah.
I'm just here. I'm present. I'm alive. I'm healthy. And that's the thing about after, surviving COVID is, you just realize that take it as it comes, and just be honest with yourself. That's just the most important part. Be honest with yourself.
Yeah.
If you don't want to do something, don't do it. You don't need to prove yourself to anyone.
Yeah.
Yeah,
100%. I'm glad. Thank you so much. Thank you for having me.
Oh, before I let you go, the Psalmist, I know you nominated Record of the Year.
Yes, for Fixate. Yes, my baby. Please vote for me. I don't know what the number is. Love you guys.
There you go. Now you got something out of this interview. Vote for Shekhinah. Out of all the other stuff you can't Google. Shout out one time. That's Shekhinah. Fun random questions with Shekhinah. Don't think about this one, Shekhinah. First thing that comes top of mind, let's go. What's the best Wi-Fi name you've seen?
Mine, Coachella.
How do you feel about people that put avo on pizza?
Love avo. It's an elite vegetable though.
Do you think strawberries are overrated? What's the best type of cheese?
Best type of cheese is definitely mozzarella. I love cheese.
How many chickens would it take to kill an elephant?
I don't know, like 7, 11.
What's your shoe size?
Size 6.
Your least favorite nickname?
Shekhinah.
What's your cure for hiccups?
Holding my breath.
What's the most ridiculous thing you've ever bought?
Oh, so many things. I think the most ridiculous thing I've ever bought. So many things would be cups, cute cups to hold boiled eggs.
Is there a song you wish you wrote?
Yes. Love galore, Scissor.
Last question. Whoever discovered milk, what do you think they were doing to the cow?
Oh my goodness gracious me. I don't know, but it's disgusting. I don't drink milk no more. I don't eat eggs no more. I'm trying so hard to let go of cheese because humans are the bottom of the bottom when it comes to eating animals' milk and eating the eggs. You're asking a vegetarian this question and I'm scared. No.
No. All right. There you go. Fun questions with Shekhinah.